Hello YouTube, Flashlight Enthusiast here. This is the Fireflies E07X Pro, one of my favorite regulated driver flashlights. As a successor of E07, it features 7 LEDs, outstanding output, auxiliary LEDs, and most importantly, the Lumen Ocean driver. Fireflies has definitely improved their build quality and design over the years, and now they are releasing the brand new E07X Canon, which is the successor of the very popular E07X Pro, with updated design, updated driver, and definitely some promising new features. Looking at the FireflyOutdoor.com website, we can see that the Fireflies actually releasing 4 new models. I definitely hope to review them all, but first things first, let's see what the new E07X Canon has to offer. Obviously, as soon as I found out that Fireflies is releasing the new model, especially the update of my beloved E07X, I quickly started to email with them, and after a couple of emails and reminders, they finally agreed to send me the sample. Obviously, I asked for some, black anodized, magnetized Nichia 590A, and such was my disappointment when I find out that they sent me not only not the black version, but also with the worst XPL high cool white emitters. Little did I know what waited for me inside the box. There is your standard package from Fireflies, well protected, the flashlight, and we've got this nice silk bag that can, store your flashlight. Definitely a nice addition. Obviously, the flashlight itself, this is the fossil gray Mao, if you asked me. And then you've got a bunch of accessories, included the adjustable, stretchable lanyard, 3 spare O-rings, which is always nice. I really miss the user manual though, because it features the newest Unreal, so for some users it might be really beneficial to have it in your package. Alright, I have to admit, I am truly impressed with the build quality and design of the new Fireflies E07X Canon. As I mentioned, Fireflies went a long way from the original E07 that was truly a phenomenon in the flashlight world, to offering a regulated driver E07X. Slightly larger construction, however, definitely an improvement in performance, and now making it even smaller than the original E07 with even better driver, but still maintaining good regulated brightness and turbo output. Thanks to my friend Latarkoholik, I was able to compare E07, E07X Pro to the reviewed E07X Canon. He is a great expert on flashlights, passionate reviewer, and true flashlight enthusiast. I highly encourage you to check out his contact. Back to the design of E07X Canon. Look at this finish. The anodization is truly unique, and I can compare it to like stone wash, something like that, like titanium. Really great finish, and after almost 2 weeks of testing, actually I know that it's not as scratch resistant as the black one, but it holds up really well. I can only find some chips here on the tail cap, but they are really some minor chips. It's definitely a hard anodization here. We've got an improved black switch with blue LED underneath, and it really reminds me of the switch of the Manker MK38. Does it also look familiar to you? Well, interesting. We've got quite aggressive knurling here, more like on the E12R than on the E07X when they smoothed it out a little bit. And we've got a nice flat tail cap, obviously some Fireflies identical as the previous one, the pocket clip, which can freely rotate here, leaving some anodization marks definitely here. You can see something like that, and the pain in the ass. And on the other hand, we've got the patented magnetic Type-C port cover, which is really something game-changing. Look at this one. It holds up pretty nicely, but when you uncover the port, it actually comes back to place by itself. You don't have to worry about, you know, putting it, the rubber cover, putting it in place very securely. But the thing is that the port itself is also waterproof and watertight, so even if somehow it, you know, breaks because it holds on this rubber piece, and I fear that after some time it might break, but time will tell. It definitely feels solid in your hand. It's definitely great design. I really like this one. We've got this glossy black bezel which matches the switch and also the cover. It really looks great. The attention to detail here is just marvelous. Looking at the cooling fins, it's definitely a little bit different design. The original one, more like an E07, I think, but still a little bit different one. They are thinner, but there are more of them. A really great design. And here in the business end, we've got identical optics as the E07X, as you can see here, and we also got this triangular auxiliary LED pattern, so I think this one did not change. Unscrewing the head will reveal a nice set of threads. As you can see, they updated it from this thin triangle one to proper trapezoid ones with O-ring that in my sample actually finally fits, and you don't have the problem of protruding O-ring when you screw down the flashlight head. And now we are talking. We've got the updated Lumen Ocean driver, which basically offers same performance but slightly higher turbo and definitely much lower moonlight mode for those of you who missed that feature on the older one. It's definitely great. Here I'm using a Samsung 50S battery for the test, and down there we've got a nice fixed spring, but actually I can also unscrew this. Now I can also unscrew the tail cap, and from both ends we've got nice trapezoid threads which are lubricated from the factory. However, for my taste are definitely a little bit too dry, which causes unnecessary friction when you screw down the head. However, machining is definitely excellent on this one. Here you can see the difference from the older model, and down there was much thicker spring that is right now. However, you couldn't really unscrew those threads on the older model because they were unanodized and really thick, and when you did this you actually risk damaging them, as my friend did when modding my E07X. Shame. And when it comes to charging, I think they also improved the charging speed, because now when you plug in your USB-C charging port, it should take around 2.5 hours to fully charge my 50S battery. And as you can see, it is the second pink or violet LED under the switch to indicate that charging is in progress. When it has been finished, it will turn to blue. The auxiliary colors are a little bit different, so let's see what are the differences. For the user interface, Fireflies remained with the Unreal 2 with the newest version. If you need detailed instructions, check out my Unreal 2 tutorial on my channel, which I link in the top right corner. One click for on, one click for off. If you want to moonlight mode, hold the switch from off, and then you will enter the really ultra low lumen level, which is kind of nice. You couldn't get that in the older one. Look how different these two are in terms of brightness. When you are in the on position, hold the switch to increase and then decrease the brightness, double tap for turbo output, and then one click to turn the flashlight on. Notice that they also improved the thing that you don't have to go to the max ramp to actually be able to turn on the turbo output, it is just like in standard flashlight. So double tap from off, you go to the max ramp, and if you are in on position, you go to the turbo output when you double click. Then you can also check your voltage by triple clicking from off. 1, 2, 3, 4, pause, 1. So 4.1 volts, and this thing is actually interesting because as you could see there is slight delay between the 3 clicks and then the voltage readouts, so I'm not sure whether the flashlight is really calculating output or what, but there is also a lockout feature, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 clicks from off, lockout is in place, 4 clicks from off, we'll turn the flashlight on again, unlock it. Here are my lumen measurements of the E07X Canon on XPL high 6500K emitters. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video. The performance of the new Fireflies E07X Canon does not disappoint either. As you can see here, I measured roughly 5000 lumens at start, and as you can see we've got a nice 1 minute and 21 seconds of sustainable output before the flashlight started to step down from over 4440 lumens over the course of 2 seconds, rather quick step down to around 1450 lumens after the flashlight head achieving 52 degrees Celsius. Then, as you can see, we've got some slight output adjustment as in Unreal can happen, and then the flashlight is able to sustain around 1170 lumens with overall runtime of 1 hour and 26 minutes before stepping down to lower modes, with flashlight body stabilizing at around 60 degrees Celsius with obviously, like in all my tests, 70 degrees Celsius preset thermal limit. So bear in mind that in uncooled environment it is probably the best performance you can expect. However, if you go outdoors with slight wind and lower ambient temperature and you're holding a flashlight in your hand and dissipate the heat, you can probably expect a little bit of longer turbo output before it steps down to lower modes. Here at the max ramp I measured again roughly 2000 lumens, which is oddly accurate measurement. Looking at the runtime graph, it is definitely unbelievable that after 16 minutes and 15 seconds we still got around 1690 lumens before flashlight started to step down over the course of 3 minutes to around 807 lumen level. And then as you can see, as it cools down, it actually can adjust the output accordingly and actually rise it. And as you can see, we've got around 1067 lumens of sustainable output, that it also a little bit increased then, but let's count it this way, with overall runtime of 1 hour and 28 minutes, so 2 minutes longer than turbo output before stepping down to lower modes. Here again, flashlight stabilized at 60 degrees Celsius with my favorite 70 degrees Celsius preset thermal limit. Overall, I'm definitely satisfied and impressed by the new Fireflies E07X Canon, even despite the fact that they sent me the version that I would probably never choose myself. However, after testing it, I can contest that XPIL High 6500K can be a good choice of LEDs even for a flashlight enthusiast. The beam pattern is excellent, the tint actually quite nice, and the thermal performance with such efficient LEDs is just superb. I really appreciate that Fireflies did an update of their best-selling E07X model with lots of different new choices of anodization, new LED choices, and new refreshed look that packs the maximum performance with excellent driver with sustainable output, great USB-C fast charging, finally a low moonlight mode in a small, attractive package that every flashlight enthusiast might enjoy. And although there were some reports by Fireflies itself that the first batch featured a little bit of dirt glass, I truly believe that their quality control has improved vastly over the years, and I'm confident that their flashlight will be another success in their great portfolio. Please let me know in the comment section down below what do you think about this E07X Canon revival, and maybe you have personal experience, that definitely let us know below this video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to support the algorithm not to miss any future videos that I release. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.